Hello, my name is Cole McGowan, and I'll be interviewing my math teacher, Ms. Shank, for my final AP project.
My name is Mary Beth Shank, and I taught for 8 years in China and have taught for 11 years here in the States. Cole asked me to answer these questions since I have some experience with communist thinking and people who have followed a crazy leader.
So, why did you go into teaching to begin with?
I'm really passionate about trying to help people, and I thought that teaching would be a really good way to do that. When I first went into education, I went into special education because I thought I would want to help people who other people think can't learn or are not worth educating. And then that kind of morphed into teaching English as a second language and then teaching math here.
Gotcha. How is teaching in China different from teaching here in South Carolina?
There are a lot more rules when it comes to Chinese education. They're very regimented as far as what the curriculum can be. The whole entire country uses the same curriculum, same textbooks. They have the same exams. They're very regimented. In the States, different districts can pick their own curriculums and stuff. Also, they have a lot higher expectations of teachers as far as being leaders, being more excellent, and the society in general respects education more, I think, than we do in the States.
Yeah, that makes sense. How is the government's influence in China similar to the influence like that in the wave?
They have, throughout the centuries, really focused on groupthink. And that's kind of what, in the wave, he was trying to get people to think about things in the exact same way by bribing them. And that's kind of what the country's done, but they've kind of done it in a negative way with negative consequences. So people who don't think the same way as the Communist Party have a really hard time getting jobs. In fact, if you don't join the Communist Party, you cannot work for the government at all. So they've kind of done it with a negative consequence side instead of a positive like he did, but same idea.
Okay. Have you experienced any manipulation in China that would cause average people to become brainwashed?
Oh, for sure. They're very, especially in education, from the time they're kids, they tell them the exact same thing over and over and over. Good kids do this, good kids do this, good kids don't believe in religion, good kids. I mean, they give them lots of rules. And so they grow up thinking, hey, this is what good people do. And so they think anybody that's any different from them is bad.
Gotcha. Are most humans susceptible to groupthink if a leader is charismatic enough?
I would say yes. I would say even in our society, we had a fairly charismatic leader like Donald Trump, and even though people would disagree with him, maybe in other things they would just blindly follow everything he did. Yeah.
How far would you go to belong to a group?
This is a hard question because I think everybody wants to belong somewhere. And it's hard to stand up when the group is doing something totally different just because the sense of belonging is so strong. So I don't know how far personally I would go, but I feel the need to be part of a group, and I know how strong that pull is.
Would it be easier or more difficult in today's tech-rich society for a leader to brainwash his or her followers?
I almost think it's easier because he can get his message to you in 50,000 different ways.